October 30th is the year anniversary of my assault, the one that changed everything for me. Hey everybody, it's Jo. Welcome back to Trauma Talk. Today, this day, November 1st, though I'm actually recording this 2 days earlier, it is the 1-year anniversary of Trauma Talk being launched. I created my first video a year ago today, and I published it on YouTube and Facebook and was petrified by what would happen. That first video was me telling the world that I was a survivor of sexual assault and that it gets better. To all of the survivors out there, that it actually does get better if you hold on, that life is worth fighting for, and that I found beauty again in life, and that it's possible to find that. And I believe that more now than ever. And I wanted to take some time today to talk about anniversaries, not anniversaries of YouTube channels, because that's not really important, but anniversaries of trauma, because that is the reason why I made that video a year ago. October 30th is the year anniversary of my assault, the one that changed everything for me. And I'm recording this video on October 30th. And I'll be honest, this day is really hard for me. For whatever reason, this particular anniversary has always been a challenge for me. It's year 7 for me today, and it is so weird to be sitting here in this living room and thinking about what happened 7 years ago. It's amazing to think about all of the growth that I have chosen, the person that I have chosen to become. I find that one of my biggest defense mechanisms, I think, is telling myself that none of it ever really happened and trying to hide from it, because I would rather live in a world where that never happened than face it. I still choose to face it, but it's a challenge. The fact that the man who did so many horrible things to me is still walking around the world, and is actually walking around not that far from where I live, is something I have a really difficult time wrapping my mind around. And grieving the girl that I was then versus the person I am now still kind of breaks my heart. I still have a really difficult time thinking about that sometimes. It's much easier than it was before. I see pictures of who I was before, like I look at pictures of myself before I met him, and I used to just feel all kinds of awful negative emotions, and now I can feel better things. I can feel grateful for who she was, but in so many ways I still feel like she was murdered and is dead and gone, and I'm still working on trying to reintegrate the person I was before to who I am now. And I hate that any of it had an impact on me. I hate the fact that I was raped and that it affected me. That turns my stomach. And I would not ever say that for anyone else, but for me, it feels still like I should just be able to get over it. The fact that it was 7 years ago and I still feel some pain from this. I still feel emotions I don't like and I'm uncomfortable with over it. I want to kick myself for. And I know all the rational answers to that. I really do. But the emotional side of me still has a hard time processing that. And I'm doing so much better than I was a year ago. I am doing so much better than I was 2 years ago. I am doing leap years better than I was 3 years ago. And that process will continue because I am facing what I went through and how it affected me. But I still feel a lot of shame over the fact that it affected me at all. And on the other hand, I also feel so freaking awesome and grateful that I'm here and that I didn't give in all the times I wanted to not be here anymore and hop off the face of the planet, and that I have found a way to find safe people who listen, that I have found a way to work through things through this platform, through art, through jiu-jitsu, through counseling, that I found an amazing man who actually loves me, even though I thought that that would never be possible, that I like who I am now. I didn't like who I was before any of that even happened, and I found a way to love who I am. There are so many wins that I can count, and yet there is still a lot of loss. And today's a day where I take a moment to look at the wins and the loss that I feel. And anniversaries are hard, but the fact that it is the 1-year anniversary of this channel, of Trauma Talk, brings me a lot of joy, and I am so grateful for it and grateful for all of you who have allowed this to happen. So I wanted to say thank you, and also invite you to let me know how anniversaries of your trauma, whatever that is, feel for you. We all react to that differently. I know some people may not remember the days, some people may feel it very strongly, and some people may not feel anything at all. So let me know what you feel. I would love to hear from you, and I look forward to your comments. I am Jo Beckwith, and this is Trauma Talk. As you probably know by this point, before you leave, I would love it if you hit subscribe or like this video before you go if it connected with you in any way. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please take care of yourselves. Until then, bye guys.